ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Jo Barnes here and welcome to SNAtv. Now, this week's episode is going to be slightly different from my past episodes because we're not doing all the different segments. I just want to announce two major changes in the social media world this week. Now, firstly, I'm going to start with Facebook. I've literally just been listening to the Facebook Live announcement today where Facebook have announced three major changes to the site. Now, the first one is to do with group chat. You'll know that a few months ago, Facebook created groups, their new groups feature, which allows you to take your friends from your friends lists and to place them into groups so that you can separate the different interests, okay, with your friends. So you may have a business group, or you may have your family in a group, or you may have your friends who you go on a fishing trip with in a group, however you segment them. Now within those groups you're able to talk as a group to everybody on a live chat. So Facebook have now made that available, or will be rolling that out to your normal live chat. So when you're on your news feed and you go down to that bottom right hand corner of your chat and you can talk to your friends, you're now able to put friends into a group and have a big group chat about something. The second change that Facebook are making is with that chat, what they want is, certainly for people with wider screens, is to have your Facebook layout and then have all your buddies as a sidebar down your page. Now, this whole group chat feature and your buddies on a sidebar and all the rest of it, from my point of view, that's a huge distraction and not something actually I personally welcome, but as a business person, if you like. But for social use, of course, it's a huge leap forward for people who are just generally using the site to chat with their friends and all of that kind of stuff. But the third announcement, and the biggest announcement, is Facebook's integration with Skype and video chat. You're now going to be able to simply click on a friend who's online, click the video button, and boom, live video is going to come up right in the middle of your screen. So you are able to immediately video chat with friends on Facebook. That is a huge announcement and a great leap forward for Facebook. So, what else is going on at the moment then? Well, Google Plus, of course, has been rolling out over the last week. Google Plus is a brand new social network, and I, for one, am really excited about it. Does that make me really sad? But I'm not. I'm really excited about it. It's a fantastic platform. Google, of course, is the #1 search engine in the world. How much resource have they got behind them? And they've created this fantastic social networking site, which is very familiar to Facebook. And why not? Facebook works, so why not take all the main features that are within Facebook and go and create your own and try and make it a little bit better? So that's what Google have done with Google Plus. So it features quite a lot of the stuff that's on Facebook. You've got your own kind of wall, if you like, your status updates, the ability to share things. Your +1 is your like button, and this is going to have an impact on Google rankings. Very big. Google Plus, I think, is going to be huge for business. But Google have three key features. One of them is circles. So this is where you're able to go and group your friends into circles. So again, just like groups within Facebook, you could have business friends or fishing trip friends or family or whatever. It's got something called Sparks, which is almost like an inbuilt Google Reader. So basically you can go and check your interests, go and type in the things that interest you. It's going to bring up links to all the latest news about those interests, and you can immediately go and share great content with all of your friends and colleagues on Google+. But they've also got something called Hangouts, and Hangouts is video chat. All you've got to do is install a little plugin and boom, you're immediately chatting with your friends, and you can invite people into the chat room as well. You can play YouTube videos in there and all sorts. A very funky system. So Facebook and Google, huge changes, huge leaps forward, and lots of change in the social media world. I would just like to say, before everybody runs out and starts saying Google Plus is amazing, leave Facebook, or Facebook is amazing, Google Plus is rubbish, or whatever, I have always said to you guys, use all of the resources at your disposal. So now there are 750 million people on Facebook, and there are going to be a whole load more people on Google Plus all the people you've got on Facebook. So grab them both and use them absolutely to your best advantage. So those are the key updates going on in social media this week. If you have not yet been invited to Google+, because at the moment it is in its testing phase and you do need to be invited, do please just put your name, your email address, your Gmail, sorry, you need a Gmail account. Put that in the comments below this video and I will add you to my circle of friends and send you an invite when I can. And if you'd like a full overview of Google+, then there is a link to the video that I've done today showing you all around the inside of Google+ and explaining everything to you. So click on that link to see that. So I said there weren't going to be segments this week, but I do have a tip of the week. And I have this tip because I've been inspired to make this after watching the Facebook Live announcement this evening. While I was watching it, there's a live chat box within the Facebook Live page, and people can chat and tell you what's going on, how they're feeling about things right now. And as I was watching, I couldn't believe the negativity. There was one negative comment after the other. And people were completely and utterly, they really were, gunning for Facebook, gunning for Mark Zuckerberg, putting the whole thing down, putting his presentation skills down. It was literally one negative comment after the other, and it blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. And I think my kind of message that I want to say to you guys out there is that if you have got the time to be really negative about everybody around you, then you are not focusing on the right things. Okay, I do my best to try and see the advantages of everything. How can things help me? How can things add value to my business? How can things add value to my life? I'm not talking about constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is great for a business to be able to improve and to make changes and to move forward. So constructive criticism is always a good thing. But simple, out and out, complete and utter negativity gets people absolutely nowhere. So all I'm saying, and I'm not saying anybody that watches my SNAtv is like that at all, but I would just like to give the message that next time you're sitting there and you see something and you catch yourself immediately putting it down or being a bit negative about it or something like that, ask yourself, where's the value in this? Is there any value in this for me? Is there anything that I can learn from this? Is there anything I can take from this that can help my business or help my life? And if you are engaged in an activity that does not add any value to you whatsoever, and actually all it does is harness bad feelings, then don't engage in that activity anymore, is what I would say. So that's just my little message out there for you guys this week. So go out there, have a play with Facebook, have a play with video chat, have a play with Google+. This is all good stuff. Social media networking is absolutely the future. All this video chat and Google+ is an absolute game changer for business. It's a game changer for adverts. I really am looking forward to seeing how Google is going to affect business, particularly with all the businesses that are currently on Google trying to get themselves up the rankings and up to the #1 on the search engine. So I do think that Google+ is going to have a huge effect on that. So loads and loads of scope for businesses, I think, is the key message this week. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic week. Enjoy playing with all of our social networks, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.